Okay, everybody, welcome to the EVA match briefing for the Irish team. On my immediate right, I have assistant coach Paul O'Connell, and we have players Josh van der Fleer and Mac Hansen. Are we ready for the first question, please? Put your hand up for a microphone so we can start. In the middle here. Yep, put your hand right up.
Hi, folks. Just wondering about the occasion tomorrow. Firstly, I suppose, Mac, it feels like it's almost a final, within a final, even though we're still in the pool stages. What are your thoughts on just the occasion that it is and the fact that really sort of the eyes of the rugby world will be watching this one?
It's good. It's great. This is kind of what we've been working for the last 3 years I've been in here, and 4 years for the lads that have been under this coaching staff as well. So we're super excited for it. It's a big step up from the previous games we've had, but as I said, it's everything we've been working for this whole time.
Just maybe, Josh, you think it's a real vote of confidence in the players? Andy is sticking to the plan, sticking to the settled squad, regardless of what the opposition are doing?
Sorry, I didn't quite understand.
Just, that Andy's selection and everything staying with continuity in the settled squad, that it's a real, I suppose, vote of confidence and trust in the players that you're sticking to your plan regardless of what the opposition do.
Yeah, well, I think, Andy and the coaches have been great. That they trust everyone's in the squad, and the way we play is that anyone can come in and do a good job. There's quality all throughout the team, so I think whoever's picked, there's full confidence from all the players and coaches that they'll be able to do a good job. And I'm obviously glad to be in, and anyone who has the opportunity to play tomorrow is unbelievably excited.
Christian?
Hey, Paul. What kind of performance is it going to take to beat this Springboks team?
That's going to take a big performance for sure. They're an excellent side. They've been together a long time as a group, together a long time as a coaching group as well, and they obviously understand how they want to play and how they want to deal with certain situations in the game. I think they've developed their game since the last World Cup, and developed their game a lot since last autumn in particular. So our boys are under no doubt about how big a challenge it is. They obviously present a big physical challenge. I think we present a big physical challenge as well, and they present a real tactical challenge as well. They're a very smart side, and that's probably one of the things you admire most about them is the smarts they can bring along with their physicality. So I think it's the strength of our side as well. So we speak about this Irish team and what this Irish team stands for, and I think they've got to bring everything they've brought to the big occasions they've been in the last few years. We've had a Test series decider down in New Zealand in Wellington. We've had a Grand Slam decider. We've had a tough autumn series against some very tricky opposition, and the boys have always found a way and figured it out, and it's a real strength of theirs. So they're going to have to play super well tomorrow, but they're also going to have to figure things out, and it's something I really enjoy watching them do when they have a challenge in front of them, how they manage to figure it out as a group, and they're going to have to do that at the weekend.
Now we'll take a question at the back first. Thank you.
Paul, from a tactical point of view, does the absence of Malcolm Marx make the South African line-out a little bit more contestable from your defensive strategy?
I don't know about that. I mean, Deon Fourie has always looked very competent to me. I remember when I was down in France here, I remember watching him swapping from back row into hooker for Leon, and he was absolutely incredible. Another thing, having a coaching staff that's been together for quite a long time, they know their lineouts. They know, there isn't a whole lot of change. They have a lot of continuity with that regard. They have very good options in the air. So I would say they feel pretty confident about it. And he's a wise kind of campaigner, Deon Fourie. He's been around. He's really experienced. So we'll be trying to pressure them for sure, but we'll be trying to pressure them the same way we'll be trying to pressure any hooker that comes off the bench.
Just wait for translation for a second. Okay.
Thanks. Hey, Paul. Just quickly, did everyone train today and everything okay?
Yeah, everyone trained today. No problems with 33 out training, and it was great to have them all out there.
You've focused as a coaching group on overcoming adversity and a lot over the last couple of years. When you see what happened last night with Anton Dupont, is that a reminder that World Cups are never straightforward? And what was your reaction to that injury, and kind of what did it kind of remind you?
Yeah, nothing is ever straightforward. I mean, we were down in New Zealand this year. We'd loads of people. Mac, I remember we used to meet Mac in the park. He used to train on his own in the park because he had COVID. Some of the coaching staff had COVID. We've had all sorts of challenges thrown at us, and it's a big strength of Andy's that he kind of revels in it and enjoys it. And there's no doubt there's going to be ups and downs during the World Cup, and there'll be ups and downs within the game. And players' experience and their willingness to, embrace those challenges and those obstacles is what's gotten them to where they are at the moment. So there'll be plenty of that tomorrow, there's no doubt about it.
Question here for Josh, please. I'm Simon Valzer from Midi Olympique. Josh, I'd like you to talk about the physical dimension of the South African, and how do you guys as a team, what do you do to overcome this physicality? Do you have to be faster? Do you have to be more precise? How do you do on the pitch to counter-attack on this point?
Yeah, they're definitely a very physical team. Something we're come very used to from any South African team that they put out. Certainly a part of their DNA. And I think from our side, I think rugby's a physical game. I think every game has a lot of physicality to it. So we know we'll have to be at our best in that area. And then there's the things that Paulie's talked about. They're very smart. They come up with some good plays as well. It's not just the physical confrontation that they bring. They also have a load of different things outside that. So from our point of view, of course, we'll need physicality as with every game, but we'll probably need a good all-round performance in every area, I think.
Okay, a question up here.
Paul, how long have you been planning for this to take on the challenge of that South African pack? And where does it rank for you as a coach in terms of the work that you've had to put into it to try and get one over them?
It's right up there. I wouldn't say we've been, we've known our pool opponents for quite some time, so there's been plenty of chat about it. There's been plenty of days where we've had a bit of a focus on the teams within the pool, to figure out what they're about and what we need to be about on that day. But and the fact that we've known for a little longer means you have more time, but it hasn't been massively different. I think one of the things you can't do on these occasions is move away from how you prepare and move away from what you stand for. You have to tweak things a little bit, so that you're ready for the opposition for sure. But I think that's one of our big strengths is our understanding of what we're about and how we go about delivering that. It's hard enough every week ensuring that we deliver what we stand for, so there's certainly a focus on the opposition, but I would say not as much as you guys would think.
Front.
Hi, Mac. No. A question about your mindset. You seem to put a lot of joy in your game. How strong is your pleasure to play this special game?
It's probably everything that you kind of dream of when you're growing up playing in these sort of games. You don't know if it's ever going to happen. So for something like this to finally come around, playing a World Cup against the defending champions is, as I said, it's just something that you always hope to be involved in. And to get this opportunity, get this chance to play with this team, it's super special. And a few nerves for you, a few nerves here and there, but that's kind of what it's all about. The rugby is kind of made for these sort of games. To be involved in it is incredible, and pretty special to be playing alongside players like Josh and Johnny and stuff like that as well. Some guys in their third, fourth World Cup. It's very, very special.
Hi guys, Stephen here from Favorite Sports. Mac, a lot of conversations about the physicality, but you have a very different task ahead of you. Ches and Colby, Kirkley Aren't on the wings, not the biggest wings, but lots of pace. How do you think? How do you guys plan on coping on that? And personally, how much are you looking forward to trying a bit of a different challenge when it comes to South Africans?
Yeah, look, they're arguably two of the best wingers in the world. Colby, arguably one of the best wingers of all time as well. So, was lucky enough to kind of have a game sort of against Colby in the autumn, and same with Kirtley as well, and played against him for the Bulls and whatnot. So, kind of not used to. You can't really get used to playing these two lads at all. But I've played them a couple of times now, which is nice, and I have my kind of thing that I'll try to do before game to get ready for it and kind of get my mindset ready, and the rest will just come down to how I perform, and that's kind of all I'm looking at the moment. Not really what they're going to bring, but what I can bring to stopping them.
Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon, Paul. It's Kanyiso here from News 24 Sport in South Africa. Just talk us through your thoughts about the Springboks' 7-1 bench split. It's divided opinion in South Africa. It's divided opinion across the world. What are your thoughts, and how were you surprised / shocked were you about that particular bench split?
I don't have a problem with it anyway. That's one thing for sure. But and you know, if you have guys that can cover there, it makes sense for you to do. And if it's something that I feel gives you something, fair play to them. You know, our plan is 5-3. Their plan is 7-1, and I don't give it a whole lot more thought than that.
Josh, just talk on your matchup with Siakolisi, and as well there's the fetchers on the bench. They've got Van Staden, Kwagga Smith, and who else? 3 fetchers on the bench. Just what do you expect from on the breakdown?
Yeah, I mean, there's some quality all throughout the South African team, especially the breakdown threat. I think there's certainly any time I'll hope to be involved, we're obviously trying to stop them getting turnovers or competing at our ball, and that goes across the whole team. Everyone has a role to play in that, and it's obviously a huge threat and something that has worked really well for South Africa and South African teams in the URC as well. So it'll definitely be a big challenge, kind of something we kind of looked at earlier in the week, but I suppose now we're just thinking about trying to look at our own performance and try and be as good as we can be, and hopefully that stops them having a big effect on the game. But it'll certainly be a big challenge, as it always is.
And then last one for Mac Hansen. Could we expect interesting haircut tomorrow?
Don't know. Maybe now that you've said it, put it in my head a bit. Maybe I'll try to think of something for you.
Okay, got time for 2 more questions. We've got one at the back here.
Hey folks, Josh, Ireland are obviously fairly used to playing here at this stadium. Tomorrow is going to be a very different experience. Over 30,000 Irish fans expected. How much are the players looking forward to that experience?
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. As Mac had said, it's the games you want to be playing in. It's obviously an unbelievable stadium here in the Stade de France, and I mean I've played here a few times now, and playing with a few Irish fans there and stuff, but mostly French fans, is obviously incredible. But it'll be even more special playing tomorrow, and I suppose it's the dream. It's every kid's dream to get to play in front of that many Irish fans at a World Cup in a stadium like this. It's against a team like South Africa as well. It's a dream come true, really, and it's incredibly excited. And I think everyone is, looking forward to it.
Okay, final question here in the front.
Hi. Question for Paul. Quick question about the French team and Antoine Dupont and what happened yesterday. You could face France in quarterfinals. How big is that loss for France to lose Antoine Dupont?
I haven't heard anything whether he's out or not, but it was disappointing for him. He's obviously a brilliant player. He's on unbelievable form. He makes them, I think, a lot of teams play very similar rugby, but he makes them very unpredictable. He's very unorthodox in how he plays the game. He runs across the pitch. He kicks off both feet. He's very strong in the tackle for a scrum half. So he gives them a real unpredictable edge to their attack, and if he's gone, there's no doubt he'll be a loss. It'd be a shame to see if he's out of the tournament, because he's a brilliant player and he adds to the tournament. So I hope he's okay. See what happens in the quarterfinals.
Okay, thank you, Paul. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Mac. Good luck tomorrow.
Cheers. Thanks.
Cheers.
So the South African media vision will start at 1.